Today we are going to start breaking down my 3 simple loops: a single loop, a double loop, and a triple loop. There is a bow in my logo for a reason. I'm really good at this, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm Gina Loves Christmas. Welcome back to the channel for Christmasing. Today we are going to break down bows. I make everything with 3 simple loops, 3 of them. I came up with this technique because I wanted the best in control of my ribbon. I wanted all my trees to look different. I want them to have a personality. The 5 Ps: pinch, pleat, pucker, pop, personality. That's my bows right there. There's an entire YouTube video on this. It was the best I had, but you asked for more. So today we're gonna make this tree with single loops only. We're gonna master the singles, then we're going to the doubles, then we're going to the triples, and then we're bringing it all home. She is giving Yellow Brick Road, Dorothy vibes. It's so good, but wait till you see where I go with this. This is the Emerald Velvet Ribbon from Silk. The ribbon is available on my website. The most asked question right now is, how do I get my 4-inch velvet to break down, Gina? Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Single loop, here we go. We're gonna make a candy cane shape just like that. You can leave this tail as long as you want it. It doesn't matter. We want it always to be a little bit different. You're going to fold it and you're gonna pinch it. You're gonna pinch it really, really hard. So I am holding my ribbon like, do you see the nail marks? I could have drawn blood. We need to pinch it really hard. The pinching breaks down the ribbon, it breaks down the wire, and it gives me the pleat and the pucker. And that's the first 2 Ps of the ribboning. There's 5 of them. Pinch, pleat, pinch, pleat. Got it? Next, I'm going in with what I call a hard twist. I didn't call it a full twist. It's a hard twist. It's a half twist. Why? Why do we twist? We twist because it brings back the beautiful part of our ribbon. Now, what if I wanted to use this amazing Duponi silk backside of my ribbon? Then I would have to do a full twist. She's still giving Dorothy. Do you see it? There she is. Going back to my half twist. Hard twist. Wire. I'm going to give that at least 1 twist, maybe 2 for fun times. She's pretty. Okay, here I go. I'm working on a Douglas fir. This tree is from All Seasons Artificial. They're my Vickerman Selects and they are available to you now. The link is down below. This tree has the pine, like the real feeling pine on the outside, but it has that bendable PVC on the inside that makes it really, really ideal to wire up your ribbon. First loop is going right at the top. Instantly, we have a tree topper, we have a tree topper. My first loop is 8 inches tall. This is a big loop. It's substantial because I wanted to create the body off the tree. If you went in with a little loop, I see this all the time. I know you're making your loops too small. That's probably the problem. When you make the loop too small, it just looks so little in comparison to the tree. The ribbon needs to have her moment. Don't forget that, okay? I'm gonna work this ribbon down the tree, tucking straight into the heart and bending that branch. Lots of movement. I have no plan. I'm just letting her do whatever she wants. And then I'm just gonna cut her because you need to learn how to do that. Okay? Okay. I'm starting to build a little bit of a pattern with this ribbon. I have 1 loop here, I'm gonna bring 1 in here, I'm gonna wrap 1 around. For the sake of the video, I'm only going to decorate the front half of the tree. When you decorate your tree at home, you need to decorate the entire thing. If you can't commit, I know who you are. You can decorate 2/3 and kiss the back. Just make sure it's dusted with a little bit of goodness, okay? Velvet's done. The velvet is done. I used 2 rolls for the front. I mean, I did 2/3 of the tree. 2 rolls, that's 20 yards. And this tree is approximately 6.5 feet tall. Why did we make single loops as opposed to just running it down the tree? Because the loops give us all this extra movement. If we didn't have the starting point, we wouldn't be able to get this ripple. I need you to see the ripple. But I want you to see there's like holes coming down this tree. My ribbon is not, Sorry, I just did that. But you needed to learn the lesson. I'm not pushing my ribbon in. I want the ribbon bouncing right off that tree. If you like yours smushed, knock yourself out. But if you keep wondering why it doesn't look like mine, pop it. I actually thought that was gonna make a donging sound. Dong, I'll add that later. I'm going in with my large ornaments, and the reason I'm doing that is because when I go in with my other 2 ribbons, I don't want to take up the space of my little statement pieces. I have 3 of these. We're going to talk about patterning in a different video. 1, 2, 3. That was the Cliff Notes. Next, glitter coral and platinum. Continuing on with only single loops. Just singles today. The glitter coral is much easier to work with because it is not thick and dense like velvet. It's beautiful. We still need the velvet. I'm going to take the glitter coral single loop right into the top of the tree. I'm going to connect it into my original loop, and then I'm going to bring it down. Why do we connect? I'm going to use the word connect into the joint. This would be connecting into an original loop. This would be adding into one of the joints because we want our ribbon to feel like it belongs. It's like we belong together. Ooh, like it belongs. And if we just put it down here because they look nice together, there's nothing complimentary really happening other than that the palette matches. You want things to feel like they belong there. Does that make sense? Okay, moving on. Something's about to happen. Pay attention. It's gonna be good. What? I just created a double. See, 2 single loops make a double. I'm not very good at math, but I know that math real well. That's how it goes, okay? So two singles make a double. So if you're like, Gina, your double loops, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow, okay? Your double loops are too much. We're going singles. I'm gonna work the glitter coral down. She is not backed. So because she's not a ribbon that is backed, she doesn't have the same body. I have to work a little harder to get her to show off her curves. But she brings in all that sparkle. Just like people, we all have our own redeeming qualities. Using single loops only, I'm gonna run this ribbon down the entire tree. Next, I'm going into a joint. Connector would be where another loop is. A joint is anywhere I roll the ribbon down the tree. When I tucked it in with the extra pop. I'm bringing this ribbon beyond where the velvet is, creating its own. Now it has its own connectors and joints. Do you see that? It has its own spots, so I can build another ribbon off of it. And you just keep going, just like that. When I bring the glitter coral in, I'm elevating it from the green in the back. There is a solid 3 inches right there, creating 3D effect upon 3D effect upon 3D effect, which is why we never push the ribbon into the tree. See right there? That's what we need, okay? All that space, 3D effect. It's like my hands are like a 3D printer for the ribbon. Velvet ribbon oftentimes appears dark and dense at night. So you might put it on the tree and during the day it's just singing. And then at night, why is the tree so dark? Because velvet is not see-through. That's why we need these open pattern nets. We need them because they're gonna let the light travel through. Now I've added a little bit of glitter, a little dose of glitter right into the velvet. And what's going to happen at night, even though I've got these dense dark spots, I'm going to have the sparkle that's gonna let light travel through. And we just fixed the problem. I used 10 yards of that. If you were doing the whole tree, you would need 20. Let's recap. We have our 4-inch velvet luxe ribbon. We have a 4-inch open pattern net. I'm going in next with the 2.5 complimentary. This is my favorite ribbon recipe. It doesn't always happen this way, but when it does, it's like, oh, so good. This finish is going to highlight the ornaments and it's gonna pull the whole thing together. Just trust me. This ribbon is it's so easy to make a bow out of. It is backed. This metallic finish is just something special. I'm also gonna bring this one peeking right behind and I'm gonna run it off the side of the tree. See, I wanted to double, I just kind of made one with my first tuck. We needed this ribbon. We absolutely had to have this one. Where am I putting this ribbon? I'm just putting it wherever it wants to go. I'm not thinking too much about this. As you can see, I'm just making bows. Normally I would just make them and just pop them in wherever I wanted to. And I feel like the ribbon really has a plan for itself and I'm just the navigator. I'm just this little cruise guide, guiding it, smiling along the way. Smiling always makes everything look better. Trust me, no matter what you're doing. Single loops. Single loops, single loops. For everybody who really wants to just see a lot of green in their tree and it's all about the tree, the video is over. Thank you for joining us today. For the Christmasers, I'm gonna add a bunch of stuff that I randomly pulled, and it's gonna be like, plot twist. This was why I did this. Oh my gosh, that's what it's all about. This is a metallic pine from Sullivan's. I had to have her, I had to. And I didn't know where she was going when I got her, but I do now. I have a little bit of mercury. This is more of a platinum tone, but it's gonna pull something really good out of that brushed metallic stroke. I'm going to use this rose because I love it. A little rose gold, because it's always a good idea, and then some Blanc Champagne, because it's trending. I'm cutting this pick in two. Once you own it, you can do whatever you want with it. I am going to complete the top of the tree before I proceed. Once the top's done, I'm gonna pattern my way all the way down. There she goes, covering up her green Christmas tree. I'm gonna let the green show. Trust me, when the tree is good quality, I always let the tree show. If the tree is special, you're gonna see the tree. If the tree is not so special, you won't. You're gonna see plenty of green on my Christmas tree. I've been dancing around these Vickerman trees for over 20 years, and I'm thrilled that you can have access to them now. Single loops. When you're all done, admire that tree. Make sure all the bows are popping out. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. Can't get enough? That's okay, I don't blame you. There are so many other videos for you. Remember, the Christmas tree is where we gather and make our memories. Make them count. I'm Gina Loves Christmas. Thank you for Christmasing with me today.